Well, good evening from London. Welcome to Piers Morgan Uncensored. Many of the stereotypes about millennials are almost as lazy as some of them are. They like avocados on toast. They take photos of avocados on toast. Bad tattoos, skinny jeans, dating apps, cats, you get the picture. And censorship, of course. Like a lot of stereotypes, they begin life with a kernel of truth. A major survey in the US found that a plurality of people aged 25 to 34 now think using the wrong pronouns should be a criminal offence. Almost half of them think you should be prosecuted for saying he instead of she, if that he is becoming a she, or if he or she just wants to be they, or thinks they should be a she, he, they, or something.
All right, guys, so we have to talk about a video that is going viral of what appears to be one of the more shocking things I've seen in a long time, but I'm not surprised because this is coming to the United States, okay? This is why I like to talk about Europe, right? And what goes on in Europe, because there's a lot of lunacy and insanity that goes on in Europe, okay? Because they're more progressive than we are. Typically, what happens in Europe eventually will happen in the United States, okay? I mean, especially when it comes to issues around free speech, right? Their free speech laws are definitely not as lenient as ours, okay? They're definitely a lot more strict on what you can and you can't say. And videos like this, again, are a warning in regards to what is coming to the United States if you continue to vote Democrat, okay? Because Democrats don't believe in free speech, especially when it comes to speech regarding, you know, certain minority groups or oppressed groups, right? You can't really say anything about them, okay? Or else it is quote unquote hate, okay? Or some form of bigotry. And this leads us down a path of insanity, right? Like, again, this video, which includes police allegedly, okay? Allegedly, they arrested this autistic girl because the girl said that one of the police officers looks like a lesbian. Now, again, apparently the girl thought that the police officer reminded her of a family member, okay, looked like her nana, okay, who is a lesbian. And essentially, I guess the police officer heard this girl say it, and apparently this comment is homophobic, again, according to police, okay, according to, I guess, the laws over there. I'm not entirely sure. And they decided to arrest the girl for it. Now, police are saying that this video does not show the full context of what happened, okay, that there is some information missing. So who knows, maybe over the next few days, they will give us some context in regards to why in the world are they arresting this girl for simply saying that a police officer looks like a lesbian. So I want to go ahead and get into it, but before we get into this, we have to have a word from the sponsor of this video, Noble Gold. The US dollar has lost 85% of its value since the 70s, when the dollar was decoupled from gold, and the government seems bent on continuing that tradition. From now and up until the next election, the government has free reign to print as much money as they want. And the last time that this happened, everybody knows, everybody remembers, inflation went up 9%. This means one thing: the security of your future and your family's future is all in your hands. Make sure you freeze the value of the wealth you're holding. Invest in gold with Noble Gold Investments. Gold is the one asset that is proven to withstand recession, inflation, and just about all economic threats. Noble Gold is here to help you if you want to invest in gold. You will also get a 24 karat, 1/4 ounce gold standard coin for free. Call Noble Gold Investments today at 877-646-5347 to get started, or go to noblegoldinvestments.com. That's noblegoldinvestments.com. And just remember, there's a risk with every investment, and there's no guarantee of any kind. So this is the police. They're taking her away.
She's made a comment in her own house. You've got her own camera. She hasn't said anything to you. Don't matter. She never got cameras on. She's getting arrested. She's getting arrested. Why are you doing? Units coming. Don't worry. She hasn't done anything. She's autistic. I don't care. She's autistic. I know you're okay. I'm telling you, I've got units coming. She's going to be arrested tonight. I'll wait till the police officers come and I'll explain what happened.
That's why we got her in the first place.
Fucking bitch, what me if I get put on me? Calm down. She's autistic. Can you stop staring at her, please? She's got autism. Can you just stand there? She's in a cupboard. She can't go anywhere. She can't go anywhere. Stand there, dear. They're going to remove her what? Because you're bothered that she said the word lesbian. Her nana is a lesbian. She's married to a woman. She's not homophobic. Look what you're clenching your fist. Go away from my teenage daughter.
What is up? Yeah, so again, I'm assuming this is the woman that's triggered, right? This police officer is triggered because this autistic girl says that she looks like a lesbian, right? Which, I mean, hey, this woman does look like Megan Rapinoe, okay? If she had blue hair, she looked like Megan Rapinoe, who happens to be a lesbian, okay? I'm not sure, if that's even an offensive comment, right? But, hey, apparently, again, this is offensive. Okay, this is what's considered a form of bigotry, homophobia, in 2023 in the West, okay? Which shows you how far we've fallen as a society where you can't, as a citizen, even comment on a police officer's looks, okay, without, potentially being arrested.
Right. There is something wrong with you, mate. She didn't aim it at the police officer.
It's not homophobic remarks at my colleague.
It's not a homophobic remark. She said
homophobic. It's homophobic to say that a police officer looks like a lesbian, right? I mean, again, let's say even if you do believe this homophobic, right? Let's say you say, oh, it is homophobic to say that. Should she be arrested for it, right? Should you be arrested for speech, right? Should you be arrested for something like that? Should you be coming up in people's houses and harassing them and arresting them for saying that, right? Again, that's the question. That's the question. Even if you think it's a form of bigotry, which I don't, right? It's just an observation. But hey, apparently, again, this is bigotry in 2023.
I think she's a lesbian like Nana.
If you want to bully people, you'll just get one of them badges there. That's what you do.
Yeah, exactly.
Where'd it go? Where's this? Does it go to right under there?
She's autistic. She don't like people touching her. She will have a meltdown. She won't come out. She's got autism. I'm Lisa.
Talk to her so she can come out. Because we're trying not to do this, aren't we? We've been trying for a long time.
But she hasn't done nothing wrong. That officer out there has assaulted me for no reason. She's got autism. She's autistic, man.
The issue is, if an officer decides to arrest her...
She wasn't arrested.
No,
they brought her home.
She's under arrest.
No, but she was going upstairs and she made a comment to me and that officer ran in my house and assaulted me and tried to get to my daughter for now.
If you want to make a complaint about any of it, that's fine.
I am going to.
That will have been on.
I am going to. Yeah, because it is on and she has.
She's now under arrest.
She was full of rage and she ran in the house and she barged me into this corner.
Guys, can you imagine having 5, 6, 7 police officers run up in somebody's home for the emergency of saying one of the officers looks like a lesbian, right? I'm sure these officers can be finding something else better to do than to basically go after a girl who's autistic for basically saying that one of them looks like a lesbian, for a homophobic comment. I mean, again, we're living in Cuckoo for Cocoa Puff world. But again, this is what you're signing up for, right? If you vote Democrat. Okay, if you vote liberal, progressive, this is the type of world that they want you to live in. They want you to live in a world where if you make a comment like this, if you misgender somebody, if you commit some act that they consider to be bigotry, which aka any type of microaggression towards a victimized group, you're arrested, right? You lose your freedom. This is what they want. This is what they want. This is the type of authoritarianism, this is the type of fascism that they want. So they're escorting her out. Again, they got a whole army of police over a homophobic comment. So this is the police officer, I guess, in question, right, that she said that looks like, a lesbian or whatever. And look at her, like, watching this girl get arrested, right, with her hands crossed, right. Again, I mean, she know this ain't right, bruh. She know this ain't right. Okay, this is the face of, I know this is not right, but my feelings was hurt, and my feelings is more important than this girl's freedom, right? Therefore, I'm just gonna allow this to happen, this injustice. But, hey, like I said, man, this is what they want, right? This is what you're gonna get if you vote for liberals, progressives, Democrats, right? What you see happening in Europe, again, it's only a matter of time before it happens in the United States, right? We're a little bit behind, okay? It's like this. It's Europe, then Canada, okay? It comes to Canada. Like, for example, in Canada, you got politicians proposing to fine people who misgender folks, right, who use the wrong preferred pronouns.
Firstly, it enables the Attorney General to create a 2S LGBTQI+ community safety zone to prohibit within 100 meters of the property any homophobic, transphobic act of intimidation, threat, offensive threats, offensive remarks, protest, disturbance, and distribution of hate propaganda within the meaning of the criminal code. It also comes with it a penalty of $25,000 if prosecuted successfully.
Yeah, so Google for Cocoa Puff Land, Canada, right? If you come within a certain distance of some LGBTQ event or person or whatever, and you misgender somebody, use the wrong pronoun, maybe you say somebody looks like a lesbian, even if they are, who knows? Apparently you can be fined $25,000, okay? 25 G's, okay? For speech. This is what's happening, and I'm telling you, it's only a matter of time before this is going to be standard in the United States, right?
At the Capitol, a bill to expand Michigan's laws against hate crimes is gaining momentum.
After passing the House, the legislation now moves to the Senate. CBS News Detroit's Elle Myers is at the Capitol building, where she has a look at the bill and reaction on both sides of the aisle.
The Michigan House passed legislation on Tuesday that would expand Michigan's 1988 ethnic intimidation law, allow prosecutors more power when it comes to vandalism at places of worship, and include gay, transgender, and senior individuals. Now, Democrats tell me they're pleased to see momentum on this bill after multiple tries, but Republicans tell me they're concerned about the potential impact on speech.
We know that at this time in history, extremism is on the rise, but also our hate speech has translated into hate actions that put our most vulnerable populations at risk.
The bill passed the House in a 59-50 vote on the heels of disturbing threats made against an East Lansing synagogue. In his remarks on the House floor Tuesday, bill sponsor Noah Arbit reiterated why he feels this legislation is particularly important.
I'm sick of checking for hiding spots at the gay bar should a gunman open fire. I'm sick of my Chaldean constituents being murdered at their places of business. I'm sick of reading headlines about mosques, churches, and gurdwaras being vandalized and desecrated. Michigan can be so much better.
But Republican Representative Steve Carra tells me he's concerned the expansion goes too far.
Threats and violence and things of that nature and protecting against crime is certainly something that we absolutely should be doing in Michigan, but we shouldn't be building that around an individual's feelings of being frightened.
In fact, he tells me there really isn't a compromise he would have been happy with to support this bill.
I mean, I know it'll go to the Senate. Anything you want them to consider before voting on it?
Has scrapped this bill. This is not a bill that we need for the state of Michigan.
Despite the pushback, Devendorf tells me she's optimistic about the bill's chances in the Senate.
We fully expect success in the Senate and all the way to the governor's desk.
In Lansing, I'm Elle Myers, CBS News, Detroit.
Right, you can have people getting dragged out of their homes, okay, including girls, okay, that are autistic, right, like you see happening in the UK, allegedly, all this is alleged. You're going to see them get dragged out of their homes by police, right, for homophobic comments. Again, it's ridiculous, okay? This is the slippery slope that we're going down here, right? This is what's happening, okay? And people have to be aware of this, okay? When you go out here and you vote, you're voting for this. If you vote for Democrats, this is what you're getting. You're voting to take away your own freedom, your freedom of speech. And eventually, right, the people who go along with it because they don't want to offend nobody, right, they don't want to be seen as bigots, they're the ones that's going to suffer because these people, a lot of these people, they're offended by every little thing, right? Anything you say, they're going to be offended by it, and then next thing you know, you're going to be thrown in jail, right? You're going to be fined $25,000, okay? You didn't even know. Like, what did I say? Well, you breathe wrong in their vicinity, right? You accidentally used the wrong pronoun, okay? You called them what you thought they looked like, right? And you got it wrong. You guessed wrong, okay? So therefore, you got to spend some time in jail. They gonna be tougher on your speech than they are on the criminals, right? They're gonna be soft on actual criminals that commit crimes, and they're gonna be tough on, law-abiding citizens who, don't use the correct preferred pronouns or say something that they deem to be bigoted or homophobic. It's ridiculous, okay? It's ridiculous. We'll see. We'll see. The UK police are saying that this video is not showing the full context of what happened. Again, I'm trying to imagine under what scenario do you need 5, 6, 7 police officers busting up in somebody's house and arresting a little girl, okay, allegedly for calling the officer or saying that the officer looks like a lesbian. We'll see. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.